I want to focus on the common man and his or her portrayal in art. The dying Gallic trumpeter of Hellenistic art seems to epitomize the suffering and the pain and the strength of this one man as he faces his last moments on earth. By contrast, The Water Cellar of Seville by Velázquez of Spanish Baroque seems to accentuate the humility and dignity of every man, a simple water cellar but with a brilliant glass and enormous detail. The unheroic images that Chuck Close captures of himself builds literally on the ideas of Velázquez, it seems to me, taking the very human and making it grand. When compared to his later work as the result of the devastating accident that he suffered, I think it takes on even greater significance. In many ways, the birth of this heroicization of the common man began with Gustave Courbet and his Stonebreakers in 1848, where he focuses on two people, faceless people, who allow us to assume that all men, all women, all people have the right to be seen in heroic fashion, as this painting suggests. I've always loved Norman Rockwell, and this example, called Freedom of Speech from the Four Freedoms, World War II propaganda, highlights who is at the center. The people to the left and the right both have ties on and sport coats, and yet they look upward and with a certain degree of reverence at this man who holds the center of the attention, who is clearly the focus of the painting and clearly suggests we all in America have the opportunity to speak our mind and be heard. In contrast to Norman Rockwell's extremely traditional view of the common man, Maya Lin, whose Vietnam War Memorial began construction in 1982, forces us to reconsider all of our assumptions of what a memorial should be. Rather than an august spire reaching up to the heavens, she forces us to descend below ground before we reappear. And ironically, the black stone came from Bangalore, India, and is now, because of its reflective quality, become somewhat of a shrine. As people engage with this particular memorial, we are forced to understand the legacy of Vietnam in our own personal and often very emotional way. The memorial has a bit of a life of its own as the seasons change and as people come and go, leaving mementos as recognition of the people they've lost or their reactions to this monument. Perhaps my favorite example of the common man and the dignity that artists provide for common people in their work is the photograph by Dorothea Lange called Migrant Mother. It's a picture of a woman named Florence Owens Thompson, a migrant pea picker in Nipomo, California during the period of the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. And what it suggests to me, besides the obvious Christian references, are the dignity, the power, the perseverance, and the ultimate hope for a brighter future that America provides us.